Narcissists make you feel crazy because they're going through the same cycle of attachment they had with their parents. They had a negative traumatic experience growing up, and now they're repeating it in all of the relationships. You feel crazy because as a child, when narcissists go through the neglect, the abuse, the even at times they can be smothered, right? They can be the child that's told, you're the best, no one's better than you have to be this high achiever, etc. And that also can make them a narcissist. Typically though, it's the other way. They're telling the child that they're worthless, or they're not, or sometimes it's not even. This is the tragic thing about narcissism. A lot of times, I believe at least, parents aren't doing things intentionally. That's one of the facts about just psychology and people in general. A lot of what we do is really not intentional, and that's not to take the blame off people or to excuse people's bad behavior. But if once you get really deep into psychology and how the human mind works, you'll see that a lot of our thoughts and a lot of what we do and where we end up in life are both unconscious, meaning we do them because there's these like deep-seated past events that affect our behavior and our personality today. But the thing is, you're allowed to change them. It's possible to change these things, but sometimes we're just victims of circumstance. And I hate using that word because when you think of yourself as a victim, it kind of removes power from it, removes the ability to think in a more healthy frame. I feel a lot of people who watch this kind of content are coming to it thinking, I'm a victim, this person hurt me, it's all their fault. And while they are probably mostly at fault, especially if you're dealing with like a really narcissistic person, but the truth is we played a part in it as well. But we're stuck with this person because they're making us feel what they felt as a child and what they feel now. We feel crazy because we're going through the same things they went. Whenever you neglect anybody, it's gonna make you feel unsure, right? And being unsure can make you feel crazy. If you're second guessing everything you think, then yeah, that's gonna make you feel crazy, right? If you don't know what's left from right, it's very obviously gonna make you feel crazy. It's uncertainty, it's neglect, it's being told that it's the gaslighting thing. And I don't even believe that narcissists gaslight you on purpose. Like I said, a lot of, especially narcissists, a lot of what they do is unconscious. They're just, they've lied so much their entire life because of what happened to them. They've had to protect themselves by creating this false self that they start to believe their own BS. They have to, right? Just like us, if I see people who have been in these relationships for a very long time, eventually you have to start believing your own BS too, the BS that the narcissist tells you. It's why you meet someone who's been in a relationship with them for years, and from the outside, because you're not emotionally invested, it's easier to see the truth. You're like, this person is doing such awful things to you. How could someone even do such, how can a human being be capable of such behavior? But they play it off as like, oh, that's just Johnny, he just does that, you know. Like, it's just you have to start believing your own BS, or else you will actually go crazy. It's unfortunately some victims of abuse do end up in this, you know, they can end up in a mental hospital, they can end up in a very bad place, even worse than just being in a relationship with a narcissist, which is already a very awful place to be in. So the narcissist doesn't believe their own BS. They're now telling you their BS that they don't even know is BS. It's very easy to see how these lies on top of lies, and then if you get to the point where you're believing your lies, it's just it's like two characters in a movie playing out a script, but they don't know they're in a movie. They don't know that they're just reading from a script. and it's past trauma. It's likely the person who's in the relationship with the narcissist was raised, either sometimes when you're raised by a narcissist, you can go the other way, right? The empathetic way, where you hyper focus on bad people. It's why empaths a lot of times have very low energy, or they get exhausted really quickly, because they were trained kind of like the narcissist to seek out. The narcissist pushed outwards, and they're seeking out other people's approval, but the empath went the other direction, and they kind of recoiled. They became introverted, but they trained themselves to seek out danger. So whenever they walk in a room, they hyper focus on dangerous, toxic people. It's why empaths can be attracted to, like magnets, to narcissists. I know I remember where I met my narcissist. I went to this place. It was like a bar, and I had been going there for like a very long time, and I kind of, you meet people at the bars and stuff, but it's just kind of, there's the people that come up to you, and there's the people that you just kind of meet by circumstance, right? Maybe you're drinking with your friend, and it's his friend or her friend. But the day I met the narcissist, it's almost like there was a spotlight on this person. It sounds cheesy to say, but I saw them, and they actually came up to me, that's even weirder, right? They somehow had some kind of sixth sense that I was someone that they could take advantage of. Why sugarcoat it? Someone they could take advantage of. So something about them, from the minute I met them, they felt different from everyone else, and it wasn't something on the outside really. It was because they were pretty. They're just quite average, but I'm trying to put like the emotion, the sensation that I felt into words, but it's hard to describe. It's just like, it's like I felt almost like I had found someone compatible. I felt like almost at home, as messed up as that sounds. But like I said at the beginning of the video, it's an unconscious thing, and a lot of what we do is unconscious. Why was I so attracted? I can't even put it to words, but I had this from the first moment I met them, I had this intense need to want to be with them. So that just goes to show how unconscious our behaviors are. And if you're feeling crazy right now, a lot of it is stuff that's been programmed into you from a very young age, and now it's stuff that's been programmed into you from the narcissist. Whether they know it or not, they project their personality onto other people. And it's why when you're with a narcissist, you can sometimes do things to them or just by yourself that they're uncharacteristic of you, because you're not yourself anymore. You've got into the role and the lies and the BS of the narcissist. If you want to get out of this situation, you're gonna have to recognize that not only is the narcissist lying to you, but now you're lying to yourself. And this is a very sticky, tricky situation to be in, because what do you know what's left or right, up or down anymore? What's the truth? If you want to stop feeling crazy, if you want to stop this on and off cycle of being with the narcissist, try to write stuff down. And if you don't see much progression from doing that, then just keep going, keep seeking different techniques to expand your awareness. That's really, like I said, a lot of this is unconscious. A lot of what we're doing is, we don't even know why we're doing it, right? Like I just proved in this video, I don't even know why I wanted that person. But if you can do anything that'll increase your awareness and your understanding, that's gonna take you a very long way, more than reading or watching endless videos on narcissism.